out to you. Welcome. Bienvenidos a Adelante Chicago. Well, a second round of rental assistance funding is now available. More than $1 billion will be handed out to prevent evictions around the state. It's one of many ways to keep families from struggling as so many of us recover from this pandemic. Joining us now to explain how to apply, who can benefit from this, Rodrigo Carrillo. He is the Director of Strategic Response for Illinois Housing Development Authority. Thank you for joining us. How are you?
Muchas gracias. I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Okay, this is such a great topic and so timely, so important right now. I want you to begin by telling us what you're seeing right now in terms of evictions and the problems that both landlords and renters are facing right now as we pull out of this pandemic.
Yeah, and as we pull out of this pandemic, right? So there's still a looming eviction crisis throughout the state of Illinois with thousands of people that have been unable to pay their rent due to COVID-19, landlords that have been trying to pay on their rental properties, and then the lack of communication that is happening by both parties. And we feel that the Illinois Rental Payment Program will address both of those needs.
Yeah, and I would imagine that in many of our Latino communities, because, you know, the service sector was so badly hit during this pandemic and many people were left without jobs in those neighborhoods, they're probably feeling it the worst.
Yes, and Lourdes, in our first round, when we did the emergency rental last year, we wanted to ensure that we continue to serve the Latino community. So we are happy to say that our program is available to all who live in the state of Illinois that are eligible, regardless of immigration status. We are not asking for proof of citizenship for this program.
Okay, so let's talk about what people need to do. What are some of the requirements that you have if somebody wants to take advantage of this program? So what kinds of things do they need to know?
Yeah, well, everyone needs to know that this program starts with the housing provider, the landlord. The landlord will initiate an application at ilrpp.ida.org to begin the process, and the tenant will certify that application. These funds are from the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2021, and what the eligibility is that each unit can receive up to $25,000 of rental assistance. We are paying up to 12 months of arrearage and 3 months prospective, 3 months forward rent. So a total of 15 months of rent.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, and it's very desperately needed right now. You said you did a first round. How did that go? Was it fairly easy to get people to apply?
Well, it's never easy to operate such a gigantic program, right? But it was the need. So the Illinois Housing Development Authority and its amazing employees worked tirelessly to get out the funds last year. And we were one of the only states to disperse over $325 million by December of 2020. And we were able to impact and assist over 56,000 households.
Wow, those are incredible numbers. You talked about the process takes a little bit of time. I think for a lot of folks, they would say time is not on my side, right? So walk them through how long this could take. How lengthy of a process is it?
Well, it's a short window of application. The portal is open for 3 weeks for housing providers, landlords, to complete the application. Then we're going to give an extra week for tenants to finish their portion. And we are starting to review applications as of next week. We're hoping that payouts will begin late spring. And this is something that we're working on.
Okay. You know, for many of our communities, it's so important to get this information out in Spanish, and that there are people that they can go to who speak our language and sort of understand our culture and can help us along the way. What sort of resources are there out there when it comes to the language barrier?
Sí, pues nuestra aplicación está en español también, en los dos lenguajes. So luckily, our application is both in English and Spanish. We have enlisted 64 agencies that are covering the entire state of Illinois to assist landlords and tenants with the application process. Out of the 64 agencies, 80% of them serve Spanish-speaking communities. They all cover 12 different languages, including American Sign Language, and we have our frequently asked questions in 9 different languages.
Okay, sounds good. So once again, if people want to apply or want to get more information, where should they go? Where should they call?
they should go to ilrpp.ida.org, or they can call 866-IL-HELP-1.
Okay, and again, the information right there on your screen. We will also post it on our website, on our Facebook page for Adelante Chicago. We appreciate your time, Rodrigo.
Muchísimas gracias.
Igualmente, igualmente.